God flipped the switch. From that moment on, the entire world was plunged into darkness. Because the king was obsessed with starting wars, the soldiers were constantly fighting. But God only wanted a peaceful night's sleep. When the king saw that the sky had gone dark, he pulled out a flashlight. The beam of light shone over the battlefield. God, who was just about to fall asleep, was woken up once again, helpless and irritated. He had no choice but to flip the switch back on. Then he lifted a shower head and aimed it at the human world. As torrential rain poured down, a massive flood quickly swallowed the entire world. God thought he could finally sleep in peace this time. But to his surprise, the king built a submarine. Before long, the noise of war woke God up yet again. As the flood spread, the battlefield shifted from land to sea. Seeing this, God had to strain to pull up a chain and yank the drain plug out. The floodwaters quickly receded. But even after the ships ran aground, the war still did not stop. The soldiers fought their way from the sea back onto land, slaughtering one another non-stop under the king's orders. God was forced to think of another solution. He quietly came down to the human world and built a stadium. Sure enough, the soldiers put down their weapons and rushed to compete in the games. But the peace didn't last long. God was once again awakened by the sounds of fighting. The soldiers had started fighting again. This time, it was over control of the stadium. At last, God had had enough. He looked at the war-hungry king and reached for the phone beside him. On the other end of the line, Satan received the order and sent two of his subordinates. The king had no idea he was in serious trouble and continued shouting commands on the battlefield. Hell's enforcers burst up from the ground and dragged him away. They took an elevator straight down to hell. In the end, the king was locked into a cell.